In this compact guide, I will reveal how you can truly unlock your body for flexibility, strength, and aesthetic, just like a professional athlete. After years of research, I identified two major attributes that made my body stiff, less athletic, and even affecting my physical appearance. In this video, I will show you 3 ways that you can work on fascia, something you might not know about, and anterior pelvic tilt, the slouching of the lower back. But first off, you have to understand why this is happening. Anterior pelvic tilt occurs when your pelvis is tilting forward, causing your lower back to arch excessively, your glutes to protrude, and your head to shift into a forward posture. And the reality is that almost 85% of regular people have this condition. They have anterior pelvic tilt. And the problem is that this affects your fascia. The fascia is your connective tissue. It's the tissue that is surrounding your muscles, that makes them elastic, make them able to move and to have that bounce to it. Your fascia gets more tight and worse when you have anterior pelvic tilt, because anterior pelvic tilt makes your muscle and fascia more tight, specifically your hip flexors, your lower back, and your spine. Because when you have tight hip flexors, a tight lower back, and a very unmobile spine that you get from anterior pelvic tilt, the thing is that you're going to get a decreased forced transfer in your movements and less bounce. You're going to have worse sprinting, worse jumping, and overall worse body mechanics. You will get rib flare, which will present from expanding fully and relaxing. That's a condition that I have. It makes it quite slightly harder for me to get oxygen while I'm sleeping, causing me to have mild sleep apnea. You will also, if you have this for a long period of time, and if you have this ever since childhood, you will potentially have a negatively impacted facial aesthetics. You will have like less facial protrusion in a way, and I will get into this in 1 second, because I like to view the body as one single unit, not as a collection of isolated parts. If one area is tight, the rest of your body is likely to be as well. It's more connected than you realize. Having anterior pelvic tilt causes a chain reaction of muscle tightening. Over time, this tension can make your face look flatter and more recessed, and it's not really that your bones change in any particular way. It's more that the muscles in your face get more tight and more stiff, causing the bones to move with it. And this tension can start in your legs, and since your body is connected throughout, you will be impacted with this in your face as well. So if you have anterior pelvic tilt, your pelvis is slightly tight, tilted forward, you will have a more tight back, you will have more tight, less tight neck, and this in turn is going to impact how your face looks, what different parts of your face are recessed and not. For example, you can have recessed cheekbones, you can have recessed maxilla, and all of that. This is like basic TikTok knowledge that some of you may be aware of, and it's quite important for different things in life, like when it comes to relationships, work, and so on. I don't want to get too deep into that because that's a whole different space and niche, but it's kind of important to know a little bit about this. Fixing anterior pelvic tilt and fixing your fascial elasticity doesn't just help you lift more, it basically helps you look better and move more like a pro athlete. And it's very important, because have you ever seen a elite athlete with like brutal anterior pelvic tilt where he has like this very like protruding glutes or like severe stiffness of any sort of kind? No, you haven't. And for this reason, I'm going to get into how you can actually fix this problem with the best solutions that I have found. So this is how you fix your posture, your flexibility, and your core strength at the same time. Let's break it down into 4 parts so you can easily hang with me on this. The first point is that you need to have the correct gym and like movement routine where you're doing things like consciously. The first movement that you should be having in your routine is having RDLs. This will improve, it will stretch your tight hamstrings, making it easier for you to actually get away with having the tightness in your hamstrings. Not only this, but you will strengthen and lengthen your hamstrings, which will give you very fast results in trying to fix this problem, because your hamstrings is one of the core things that is going to be tight, together with your lower back and your neck. For that reason, we also need to do some ab work, specifically lower ab work, basically doing hanging leg raises where you're really focusing on contracting the lower parts of your abs so that you can actually engage it and start like having better athleticism. Do this together with neck work and you will easily get a way more straight spine, which will make your movement way better, and your like general body mechanics is going to be way better as well. What you should avoid in the gym are things like drastic bridges, like when you're doing bench and you're like putting into a bridge where you're like slouching your lower back, or you're doing like incline dumbbell press, for example, or any of these movements where you're like drastically putting your like tight back in a even more tight position and slouching even more. If you're doing certain movements in with bad technique, this can also like enhance that problem. So try not to increase the inflammation in your lower back too much and cause more tightness. Focus on other movements that can actually apply like better strength to your spine and stuff like that, such as working with your abs, working your neck, working the position of your pelvis. The second thing that you need to work on and actually like put a lot of effort into and thought into is doing deep stretching the right way. And what is the right way? Well, that is to work in the end ranges with using pressure, force, and potentially heat as well if you have the time to. This means that when you are stretching, when you're performing like just regular stretching movements, that you are putting pressure on that point. This may or may not be common knowledge to you, but it's very important that you do this, because or else you're not going to get as good as results as you potentially could. If you can and you have the time to, try also warming up before you stretch. So you maybe want to do your whole like workout routine, maybe do 10 to 15 minutes on the treadmill, and you're going to be way better off when you're stretching because you're already going to be heated up, which is going to cause you to actually get into those end ranges way faster and actually make you like improve your flexibility and your elasticity in your muscles. A very good way to actually work on your abs is doing something called ab walking, and this comes to our second or third point actually, and that is the constant body posture, like the posture you have when you're just doing regular things in your everyday life. When you're walking, you should be doing two things. It's ab walking and horse walking. First off, ab walking is basically when your shin tuck more when you walk. You like, instead of just having a like forward head posture, you cannot tuck your chin in, and this is going to cause your spine to be more aligned, and you're going to work your like the lower parts of your spine is going to be more protruded, and for this reason you're going to work your lower abs way more, thereby I'm calling it ab walking. And this over time is going to make you more athletic, it's going to make your fascia better aligned, and your stiffness may reduce some from this. It certainly has for me quite a lot. I have a friend who, when he walks with his toes pointed very, very much outwards in this way, not neutral but very much outward, and this is a major problem when it comes to your posture and how this affects your body, because your body isn't really made to have your toes pointed outwards. It's more supposed to be pointing neutral or even slightly inwards, because this is just simple body mechanics. If you study it a little bit, you will find that most animals in nature have the same thing. They don't really point any of their toes outward, they have it neutral or a slightly bit inwards, and this is way better for our posture. If you start walking like this, you're going to see that your posture over time is going to start to get better, and your feet is going to get stronger because you're working 3 points in your foot instead of 2, and this is very, very good. And like, take note of this, do this if you want to have very much like enhanced athletic ability. I want to leave you with one final point, and that is point 4. It's basically advanced tactics. You don't really need to do this, but if you have time, if you want to put in the extra effort in trying to improve your aesthetics, your like your flexibility, your athletic ability, you can start utilizing heat and vibration therapy to further increase the level of athleticism that you have, because you remove stiffness faster, you remove lymphatic fluids in your body, and this will make you get better results when you're trying to improve your flexibility, your stiffness, your facial aesthetics, and so on. So just doing sauna, hot baths, hot showers is very great for just lymphatic drainage and getting shit out of your body. that shouldn't be there, and improving your like flexibility and so on. And also doing vibration therapy. I do it specifically in my face to further increase like if there are certain parts in my face that are tight, it's going to look worse on me. So if I do a vibration or massage gun on my face, is basically going to make it look better, and it's going to be more relaxed, making me look more attractive. And if you are black pilled, you know this. If you're not, you're probably going to think this is really, really weird, but I don't really care, because it's something that can actually improve quite a lot in your life if you are like having better facial aesthetics than you currently are. It might sound gay to you, it might sound very weird, but that is just the truth. If you look better in your face, that's going to make a huge difference in your overall life, and it's something that a lot of people have been enlightened with just recently, when the black pill has started to go viral online, and like looks maxing and all of these things. I'm not super deep into that, but I think it's very great to be black pilled to some degree to actually get the benefits of that into your life. So if you want to work one-on-one with me and make me just solve all of your problems with one single click, basically, click the link down below and I will help you out with these problems. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.